Welcome, everybody, to Does That Make Sense podcast. This is episode number 22. Unbelievable, 22. I'm very excited today. Before we get started, we have some new people behind the scenes today. As always, we have producer Brandon back there making sure that I look and sound better than I actually do. What's going on, Brandon?
Not too much. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You got a different co-pilot today on the ones.
I do.
On the ones and twos. We've got Allie. Can you hear us? Do you have a mic?
I do have a mic. I have a mic.
Yes.
I'm live now.
Are you sweating? Are you so nervous?
I'm dripping sweat on the ones and twos.
She's on the ones and twos because our normal person on the ones and twos, Ryan, is sitting in a different seat today, and I am thrilled because he is our guest today. What's going on, man?
What's going on? How are you? I'm doing good.
The last time you sat in that seat, you guys hijacked my podcast while I was on vacation.
We absolutely did. It was a great time.
It was fun. I make it as a joke, but it's actually 100% true. That's to this day still the only podcast my wife has watched of Does That Make Sense? She won't watch it if I'm on it, but she watches it when you guys are.
We brought the entertainment.
I saw it go live. Oh no, because you came into my office that day and you're like, something's happening on the YouTube. Have you checked it out? And I looked and I was like, this is the best way to come back from vacation is to see you guys had recorded a podcast.
Yeah. We tried to get a hold of you during it too. We tried giving you a call.
That was a joke. When that's the part that my wife watched more than once, and she goes, if anybody does know you, they know what that voicemail sounds like because you never pick up your phone. And to be fair, and I think anybody can speak to this, like normally if somebody calls me and I miss it, I try to call back as soon as I'm available. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Brandon. I was really hoping that wasn't going to be met with total silence.
Yeah. I was thinking about, you remember that one time where we'd heard it so many times that I complained to you that it had this giant breath at the start where it used to go, hey, thanks for calling, Andy. I told you, and you were like, what? Nuh-uh. And then you on the spot recorded the new one, and it's the one that we hear to this day.
Yeah, I changed it because I was like, people are going to hear this that often. I got to be clean.
I was like, I can't believe he changed it so quick.
Yeah. So I wish he answered as quick as he changed his voicemail. So anyway, so Ryan, normally when I have a guest, you're a guest for me for the first time. Obviously, you've been on the podcast before. But you and I met through the replay stuff. Mm-hmm. Like you weren't on the teddy bear video, were you?
Not the teddy bear video. The first video. I wasn't on any video first. I think the first thing I did was a crappie shoot. I think it was with Paul, Dan, Brandon. I can't remember where it was, but I think it was Paul's last shoot.
Okay. So Paul shot with us for a while. Yeah. And then you jumped in and you got connected through previous, like Euler and Dan and them. Because you went, you didn't have college connection to them, but there was there high school connection?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I friends with Mike throughout high school. We grew up in
shout out Mike
Euler. We were close friends throughout high school. He went to college. I kind of just stuck by his side and stole all of his connections. Basically, I kind of audited some classes and hung out with him in some classes, but never actually had the college experience. Just kind of moseyed around with him. Yeah.
I mean, you've learned, you're like a sponge though, because the stuff that you know and that you've put into like execution, the skills that you bring to the table are like, working with everybody, I would guess that you graduated and did the same level of education because your knowledge is really good. And it's a pleasure having you on the team now because you bring not just on the media side, but we do tech work for the various companies and you're always eager to learn and stuff like that. So yeah, cool. It's good to talk to you in this situation too.
Appreciate it. I'm excited. Thank you. I know I am too. I've been wondering what we were going to do. I don't know if you have anything to talk about, but I've been curious the type of topics we were going to address here on the podcast. Do
you have any in your head?
Not really. I
noticed that we're both drinking the same Celsius right now. That's nice.
Good little pina colada.
Cute.
Sponsor us. Yeah. That's so good. It's like tropical vacation in my mouth.
Ew.
It's a taste of the tropics.
The tropics, the Outer Banks.
You said ew. Are there coconuts in the Outer Banks?
Doubt it.
I don't know.
Don't think so. I don't know where coconuts are.
I want to get into. There's a couple different things. I interrupted you. Did you have any topics that you're like, oh, I want to talk about this in the podcast?
Not really. I was talking to Brandon about how we could kind of take a trip down memory lane for with some different replay trips if you have any that stick in your head, but not really. I was just curious where you were going to go with it.
I always have a soft spot in my heart and in my mind for the very first one but you weren't on that one.
Gotcha.
But I remember you'll appreciate this though, and I think I've told this story on here before, but I'd love to get your perspective. Is before you worked with us, you did work on some shoots, right? Yeah. Like you've worked in sets, like you've done stuff for like the PGA, you've done stuff for the Hall of Fame, so what are some of the other things that you've done?
A lot of it is, if we're talking about like position, a lot of it is mainly like PA work or like camera work, like assistant camera or something like that. But I've worked on, American Ninja Warrior as a PA. That was like one of my first jobs out of high school.
Okay.
I had some connections there. I worked on Dance Moms, the PGA Tour.
Were you on the shoot where Abby Lee went crazy and backed her little scooter out of the place? Who was that?
No.
Was that you?
I don't think I was on that one.
I don't think anyone.
That might have been Braden.
He wasn't there, but he knows the guy who chased after her. He said that guy was like, dude, she is zooming. He knows that guy.
You preach theater etiquette to my kids. Put your phone away. You preach theater etiquette. Put it away.
Presley's dreamed about this moment since she was 6 years old. And then you leave and you don't even watch?
There's she right there. We're going to have to speed up a little. She's zooming, dude.
Yeah, he knows that guy.
So you worked on Dance Moms. I know a lot of people that would go crazy about that.
Yeah, one thing I had to do, this isn't that crazy, but I remember she was already in that wheelchair by the time I had worked on it, and I had to pull her car up for her. Like nice. It was this big Chrysler thing that had a handicap thing in the side for her to get into. It's kind of weird though.
It's so funny when you think about that because you don't think about those jobs being like, this is my job. Like I'm a PA. I'm going to do whatever needs done. So for those who are uninitiated, what is a PA? What is that position? What does PA stand for?
It's a production assistant. So you're literally just going to assist the production in any way that isn't being assisted already. And most of the time, the more important jobs are going to be taken. So you're kind of doing janitorial work or like, making sure everyone's fed or making sure everything's cleaned up here or everyone's got what they need essentially. So just a lot of cleaning and making sure everyone's happy, but it's put me in some pretty fun places.
Yeah. So. I was going to say the PGA, when you asked for some time to do the PGA thing, I was like, that is a cool gig.
Yeah.
Because like you're talking about, I mean, it was an actual PGA tournament. It wasn't like some little side hustle thing. Like you're talking about surrounding yourself or being connected to or a degree away from some of the best athletes in the world in their sport. You know what I mean? Like industry wise, I don't know. I saw a name that I recognized when I watched Superman. And I sat through the credits because I knew that they shot a portion of that in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And I thought shooting a portion of that in Cleveland, there's a very real chance that I've worked with somebody who worked on that set.
Gotcha.
And sure enough, one of the lighting directors, I saw the name and I was like, that guy's been here. Ooh. Like it was John Sabella.
Oh, gotcha.
John Sabella worked on the Superman set. He was the lighting director for the Cleveland crew.
That's really awesome.
That shot. And I'm sitting there and I'm like watching and I'm like, I know that guy, nobody in the theater is there anymore because lighting crew is towards the end of the towards the end of the credits and everybody had left the theater, even though there was an end credit scene. But anyway, and working with you guys, Ryan, I tend to sit through the credits more because now I see what in the Lord of the Rings, for example, massive set, massive crew. There's a bug wrangler. Like that's one of their jobs is to like handle insects or whatever. And like that's their job and they get a credit and you're just like sitting there and you're like reading these names, but you're like, that's that person's like, they got a call. That was the best call they'd gotten in their career to that point.
Someone is bragging about wrangling bugs in Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. They're like, they have all the DVDs and the 4-hour extended versions only so they can show people the end credits at the end of it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you've done PGA, you've done American Ninja Warrior, you've done Dance Moms, a smaller scale stuff, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but you were the editor for the short film that we worked on. That was the Stephen King thing with Lizenko, the October Roses.
That was fun.
which was a fantastic edit.
Yeah,
really well.
I
done.
appreciate it. Thank you. That was my first time working with footage from an Arri Alexa and like just actual production like that.
Yeah.
And it was like very eye opening.
Yeah.
a huge like learning experience.
The
for me.
Arri Alexa is the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they shot with a couple other things too, but it was just fun to like really dive into that camera and see how the frame looks and everything.
Also, really expensive glass.
Mm-hmm.
Really
It's like
expensive Russian glass.
Oh yeah.
The insurance was just as much as the rental fee.
Thank goodness we got that stuff, dude.
It was insane. It was insane. It was one of those projects where you're like, is this real? Is this real?
Jeez, oh man.
And so you did the October Roses edit. You've done a bunch of crappie stuff. You've done a bunch of King Cat stuff. What's a job that stands out to you?
Job that stands out to me. I've been working with the NFL, so that one sticks out because it's been the most creative one that I can do. They kind of just like throw me on the field for a couple of days, and they're like, "Go get something, make us something."
You had to do that this year too, didn't you?
Yeah, this was my second year doing that, and I think it came out just. This is the first time that the project, both years, in my opinion, have like been at the same level of like production quality that I've given them. So I'm just more excited with that one just because I think I did a good job with it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for where it's going to lead, but
Yeah.
mainly
That's
just
awesome.
the NFL and the sports, just because there's a lot of creative like freedom I get with that.
Yeah. When you were in high school, I'm assuming that the media side and the digital production stuff was always an interest of yours. Or has it grown as you've gotten jobs? Like when you're a kid in high school and you're going to school, like what are you thinking about doing when you're done?
Well, when I was like a freshman in high school, I was getting really into graphics and animation. That was like kind of when I started. It was more middle school, but kind of freshman and sophomore. And then I ended up showing like my video production teacher throughout the rest of high school at the time, like some of my work. And we didn't really have an animation or graphics class, but he was like, you should get into video production because most of this kind of like is parallel to video. So I ended up getting into video. I started editing like little videos in high school and stuff. And then it kind of just became into like me liking to do that more. And like I said, they kind of bleed together, like animation and graphics and like editing and shooting clips and stuff. It's all kind of the same thing with composition and the feeling you're trying to get people. Everything's about like making someone feel something. So it kind of like all bleeds together.
Yeah. That's so cool. When you're doing the media stuff now, because you've dabbled in some sound, you've dabbled in DP stuff, director of photography, you've dabbled in editing, lighting, you play around with lighting, you've done color. Like for someone, let's start with this. For someone who you're talking to a middle school kid who's interested in this, right? How would you describe some of the different portions of like what goes into producing something in digital media? So I guess, for example, I'm saying like people don't realize that you don't just put a camera up on a tripod and say, click and record and then go. And then you got it. Like, how would you describe the coloring process to somebody who's never heard about it before?
Again, I would probably just go back into that last thing I said, where it's like, you kind of just want that person to get an idea of the feeling they want to get to like have on somebody with the video. And then from there, I feel like things kind of fall in place. So like if you want someone to, feel empowered by a video, it's kind of easy to figure out what type of lighting makes someone feel more heroic, or like what type of composition makes someone feel like a little bit more powerful.
Yeah.
Versus like if you want someone to feel sad, or if you want to hit somebody in their feelings, then you might bring the sound back and bring in some like violins or do this or that.
Yeah.
Like, so it's all about just kind of building the feeling, I guess.
Right.
Whether it be with sound or lights and all that. It's hard to make a video if you don't know what type of video you want to make.
Yeah. So that being said, what's your favorite since you've dabbled in, you've kind of dipped your toe in, you do some more than others. What is one of the things that you're like, man, this is my favorite part?
Before, I guess it's always been just, like I said, having someone feel something. Like I made a video for my mom with that whole thing that she's going through.
Loved that video, by the way.
And thank you, I appreciate it. And I really loved the response I got from so many people, and that like I managed to people reached out to me that I had never met, like complete strangers were like, hey, this made me like cry. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Do you mind explaining what it was?
Yeah. So I made a video for my mom. She has cancer. she has lung cancer, and I just kind of made a video doing like a little overview for her. I ended up shaving her head and stuff, and I kind of did like a little montage of these different photos of her in her younger years. And I just threw it with some like soft music, and I got some B-roll of some pretty things, and tried to just make something pretty and make something that like made me happy for my mom. And it just had like a wave of an effect over a lot of other people.
Yeah. Well, and then you didn't, in the video, didn't you shave your head?
Yeah. I did too.
And so like it was stunning visually. And that's one thing that I really like about I can tell when you've got your hand on the camera when the project is done, because it visually, it just has a different feel to it. And that's not to say that somebody else doesn't have good feel. It's just, I can tell your thumbprint is on it.
Thank you.
I think that's really the mark of a good thing.
I like to have I like to make things unique to myself.
Yeah.
I feel like everything kind of feels the same way nowadays, especially with everyone getting into video and film and all that. So I just feel like it's nice to have a little bit of a unique perspective on things.
I watched the video. I sobbed. It's such a good video.
It is
I
very
appreciate
good.
it.
Obviously, knowing you, like, there's a different component to it, but that was such a beautiful video.
I appreciate it. My mom also cried pretty heavily.
Aw.
Well, and I think that, I don't know, I can't remember who is, I mean, they're connected indirectly, but they're connected to me and so indirectly to you. And they were like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe that, because you meet Ryan. If you don't know Ryan, you meet him and he's never not kind, but I think that it's fair to say that somebody that didn't know you super well would tend to lean into the more introverted description. Like you're very like cerebral, and you think, and you're not the guy that like walks through a room and is like high-fiving random strangers. You're not rude, you're not mean, but you're kind of insular,
Gotcha.
And so to see that video and to see, it's almost like this is the language that Ryan speaks. Like this is the way that Ryan talks the best, is through this art form. And so it's super cool to watch, because like I said, with the October Roses thing, the edit was brilliant. It was beautiful. It was well cut. People don't understand. I've edited things. You don't just sit down with a piece of software and click things and then tape them together. Like that's the most elementary form of editing, but to do it well, you have to do it in a way where people don't realize that's happening.
Yeah.
And you do it really well.
I appreciate it.
Cool. It's exciting.
You have to stick and unstick the tape many, many times.
Yeah.
And most of the time you just have to get a new piece of tape anyway. So.
I think about what, I don't know. I mean, you didn't take some of the film classes in college because you didn't go to college that some other people might, but you would appreciate this, is like when I learned that the first color film was because they used women for this, because they said women are better at this type of job than men are. They would hand paint the individual cells on the film.
Really?
Right. And they would do it. The first ever film in color only had one color because they had to paint all that color. And so they would sit there, and at that point it was a clean 24 frames per second, which is not the standard anymore. What is it now?
23.976.
23.976. Then there were 24. So if you're listening, you picture a film strip, like this was when that was the medium. It's not anymore. It's all digital. It's zeros and ones. But you stretch it out. 24 of those little cells would go through the projector in 1 second. That's what it means by 24 frames per second. And so you imagine the first film being 4 minutes long. That's 4 times 60. That's how many seconds. And then times 24 is how many cells there were that these women hand painted. Yeah. And a cell is smaller than a postage stamp. Like, it's tiny. So they have these wire brushes, these tiny little things, magnifying glasses, and they're hand painting. So if you watch the first film, the color doesn't even stay where it's supposed to. Because how would it?
Yeah.
It's jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to look at, because you're like, film should not exist. Yeah. Like, it's miraculous.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. I'm just curious. Do we know how long it took for that film to be made?
I don't.
We should
the
look
first film
you know
with color.
What the movie was called by chance?
It had to do with train. Like, it was a train thing.
I'm just curious how long it would take for them to hand paint all of those. I'm sure it would take.
Are you looking it up?
I'll find it out. You guys keep yapping.
The thing that I loved about this particular film class that I took is I learned that why they call it a feature length. I learned about the different reels. I learned how they got delivered. And so the first ever film that was made was From the Earth to the Moon. And if you get on Netflix, I think it might be HBO Max, but you can look it up, and they have a black and white version, which obviously was the original, and they've remastered it to have color too. And it's terrible. Like, you watch it and you're like, this is visually horrific. But if you think about the fact that it was made 120 years ago, however long it was made, it's like, oh my goodness, this is incredible.
Actually incredible. Yeah.
And then,
is the one you're talking about a short film or feature?
oh no, it wasn't a feature.
The one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Is it a visit to the seaside?
It might be.
Okay.
I would have to see like some images from it.
Okay.
The biggest thing for me when it comes to the way that my mind gets blown about film is that it should not be possible, right? Because do you know? And again, this is stuff that I learned in like history of motion pictures. Like, the reason why the first film was ever made is because of a bunch of bettors. Do you know this story, Brandon? Mm-mm. The reason why the first motion picture ever happened is because in horse racing, horse racing is infamous for lots of gambling, right?
Gotcha.
And so they gambled about everything. And one of the things that they wanted to figure out was, they said, somebody made a bet that said all 4 of the horse's hooves come off the ground at one point during its stride. And then other people were like, no, they don't. There's always at least 1 hoof on the ground all the time. And they said the only way that we can figure this out is if we have to take a bunch of really fast pictures so we can make sure that we see every little second of a horse's stride, right? And so they lined up cameras and they took a bunch of pictures of a horse in stride. And then they realized that if they looked at those pictures in really quick succession, it looked like the horse was running.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we're onto something.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not going to win this bet.
So they accidentally figured out that rapid succession of progressive pictures looks like motion, and the motion picture was born. By the way, they learned in that process. What do you guys think? Do all 4 hooves come off the ground?
I would assume.
I think they do, don't they?
Yes, they do. They do, 100%. So the people who said yes, they do, I bet you, 10 gold piece, whatever they were betting back in the day, that the horses, they do. But as a result of that, the motion picture was born because, like any other kid flip, do you ever draw a flip book, right? You're like a bunch of pictures and you watch it. Mine, the guy always went from one place to another because I was a terrible drawer.
Yeah. I did the bouncy ball a couple of times.
Yeah,
It just stops halfway through because you got bored.
It's like it got flat. I get over it. It's like it disappeared. Somebody stole the ball. And so that was that, and then I think about movies like Toy Story, like the CGI type stuff, and AI always makes a show in the Does That Make Sense podcast. But like, to think about rendering, cause nobody really knew what rendering was until like digital media editing became like a prosumer type thing where you could buy a piece of software for $300 or $400 or Windows Movie Maker, and then you got to click render and you're like, oh, I got to now that I've made all these cuts, it has to the computer has to tell it to turn it into one thing. Like an hour and 28 minutes or 90 minutes is what Toy Story 1 is, the length. And it took like 27 hours to render like a frame.
Yeah.
And so to think about how many frames per second times that many minutes to get to that hours, there's hundreds and thousands and thousands and thousands of frames. And it took days to render them. And it's like, these things should not be possible. And now we have Marvel level, which they don't have. The last couple Marvel films, the CGI is kind of questionable.
Yeah. I heard the Avatar movie looks insane.
Does it?
That's what I heard. I haven't seen it yet.
We're going to talk about this for 5 minutes at least. What do you think of the Avatar franchise?
I thought the first one I remember the first one coming out and how big of an experience it was with the whole 3D. So I feel like naturally I like them just because of I'm chasing that dragon. But I don't think the second one lived up to the first one, even though the second one still looked, in my opinion, I think it looked great.
Brandon?
Blue Pocahontas.
I could describe it in 2 words. And I love Pocahontas.
And it was fine. I think it was way overrated. I saw it at least twice in theaters because adults took me to see it. The first time I was like, okay, cool. The second time I was like, oh, again? Okay. And then later that year, my school had an assembly where they brought everybody into the assembly room
and they played
Avatar because it was such a cultural
phenomenon
thing. Yeah. So, and I was like, here we go. So it was fine. It was a good movie. Every time I watch it, I'm like, yeah, this is a good movie, but I never need to see it again. Yeah. I've already seen it. Disney did it. So
did you watch it in 3D?
Yes.
You don't, and you still think it was fine, all right with those little floaty things coming by the screen? That's the pivotal 3D scene in that movie.
It's fine. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I would much rather watch a lot of other movies.
Yeah.
I never saw it in the theater, and I ended up seeing it like 9 months after it came out. And by the time that had happened, I was like, nah, it's okay. Like it was just like the allure was gone.
Yeah.
And by the time I watched it, I was like, yeah,
A little secret about me, and Ryan and Nate both know this, but if you tell me how I'm going to feel about a thing before I watch it or see it or whatever, automatically I like it a little bit less. If you're like, you're going to love this, and then you tell me about it, I'm like gearing up to not love it.
So annoying.
So I was so like beaten over the head with Avatar and all of the commercials and the advertising, the marketing, that by the time it came out, I was like, it's literally fine.
Allie, did you see it?
When did that came out? When we were little, right?
Yeah, I was in middle school, so
that's
you
where
would
it
have been
started for
2010
you.
or something like that.
Might have.
That's where it started for him. Everybody started telling him about Avatar, and he's like, now it's over.
There was like one, I think it actually started in college. There was just one person who kind of got on my nerves a lot, but it was one of Lexi's really good friends, and he would always do this thing where he'd be like, you're going to love this, or you're going to find this funny. And he just got on my nerves so much that I was like, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
actually not going
Out
to
of
find
spite.
it funny.
Did I do that to you with that new Kill Bill thing that came out?
How?
Just because I was
You're gonna
really
love it.
I was really trying to get you to watch it just because it was a Kill Bill thing specifically.
Have you seen the Kill Bill?
Is that what you
The
guys went
Lost-
to last weekend?
Yeah, we went to
not-
see it last weekend.
Was it? Yeah, it was the Lost Chapter thing that Fortnite did.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh,
So, yes, it didn't work. If you
didn't
told me
work.
I was going to like it, I didn't watch it.
I was saying that because you love Kill Bill and you.
Did
love
you watch?
do love Kill
Did you watch the whole bloody affair?
Yeah, we went this Saturday.
you go?
Ryan came with me and Lexi, and we went to go see
What'd
it.
you guys think?
It's great.
It's pretty good.
Because there was an extra anime scene in there, right? That
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
in the originals.
Could have been cut, I think.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
was.
do get why they cut that one. When you watch it in theater, you're like, okay, it's still going.
It was a little bit ridiculous.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
Lexi went?
Lexi came too, yeah.
Now I'm mad I didn't go.
I told her that would probably be how she met you, but you didn't show.
I
so.
stayed for my assignment because we do this thing now where I recommend something for them to watch that's in my cultural world, and
Yeah.
they're going to recommend something for me. And Pulp Fiction was my first
So
assignment.
that had to come from you, right? And you guys agreed
yeah,
to it.
Brian kind of agreed. He was like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, you gotta see.
I can't think of anything.
Also, anytime Brandon imitates you, that's the voice he uses.
Nice. I guess.
Oh, I guess.
I give my mom that voice. I give everybody
Everybody's
that
had that voice. He was like, I went home and my dog was like, hey, you're finally home, Dad.
voice. It's either that or
That's my
That's Allie's voice,
Yeah.
That's Allie's voice. Pulp Fiction is great. Cultural classic. What did you think of it, Allie?
Okay. I mean, Quentin Tarantino, like I knew going into it was going to be some amount of like gore or like grossness, blood, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think I could have, I'm glad I watched it. I think I could have probably went without seeing it.
Yeah. See, it's one of those things where it's like there was before Pulp Fiction and then there's after Pulp Fiction, at least in film.
Yeah.
And
Can somebody wrap it up and like, if you had to describe it in like one sentence, what it's really about?
In one sentence, it's tough because it's such an ensemble cast, but it's an ensemble of different people that are struggling with things such as pride and ego.
Okay.
And some of them deal with it better than others do. If you think of John Travolta's character is probably the most prideful, and it didn't end up well for him. Jules was the one to look his pride in the face and be like, you know what? I don't need this anymore.
Yeah, the ending when he could have shot that guy right in the face, like when they were in the diner or whatever.
Be cool.
That's
honey
Jules,
bunny.
right?
yeah.
Jules is Samuel Jackson's
Yes,
character.
yes.
Yep.
That I was like, oh, he's for sure gonna shoot him at one point.
Yeah.
And early on in the movie, where you see the Band-Aid on the back of Marcellus Wallace's neck, that's when he's talking to Bruce Willis's character about pride. He said, "That's pride, effing with you. See, you gotta lose all that stuff." Blah blah blah. So he essentially kind of gives not only Bruce's or Butch's
That's the boxer.
story arc.
Yep.
Yeah. They gave his story arc just simply by putting pride into the sentence, I think.
Now I'll tell you what was not on my bingo card was that downstairs basement scene. I could have probably went the rest of my life without seeing that, but I'm glad that he got revenge in the end.
Yeah.
I remember when I watched that movie for the first time, I was like, am I allowed to watch this part? I was like, I don't know what's happening, but it doesn't feel natural.
Yeah.
You know, like it was definitely one of those like, that's what that is. You know,
The
like,
hardest I laughed at that movie was right afterwards when Marcellus Wallace standing over him with the gun, and Butch comes in behind him. He's like, "You all right?" He's like, "Nah, man."
He's like, but are we good?
I am.
He's like,
I
if you
don't
never talk about this.
Yeah.
I also was disappointed because for me, all of like my world, people are dressing up as Mia Wallace. I was expecting to see more of her and more of a deeper storyline other than her just ODing.
Yeah.
And that whole scene.
What's really funny about that movie is that anytime I go to a restaurant and then I leave and wash my hands and I come back and my food is there, I think about that diner scene because I'm like, it is so true. It's the best feeling ever when you go to the bathroom and then you come back and your food is waiting for you.
I thought you were gonna say like I should probably use the go to the bathroom with a gun.
No, not that one. Earlier in the film, and then I always I always want a milkshake really bad when I watch that, and I also find the description of the burger as bloody is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, why? Who? No,
Bloody as hell or burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, it's so gross.
The world building in that really, like the scene with Mia Wallace meant more because you knew how dangerous Marcellus Wallace was to me. So that her ODing was, if in my opinion, the biggest thing to happen in the movie.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of the same thing with Butch's character, like him running around and having to go back to his apartment to get the watch. If you know how bad of a guy Wallace is, he's probably there waiting. He's probably going to die. So that, what was it, a 5-minute long scene of him walking up to his apartment, like had me like at
You're
the
on
edge of my
your
seat.
Yeah.
And that scene could have been even longer because of the suspense. I'm like, he's going to die. He's going to die when he goes in there.
Yep.
But
Yeah, and that's not how I thought John Travolta was going to go out.
Yep.
I was like, oh, that was quick. I also like you guys all warned me, jumping back and forth, you really got to lock in. So I did.
Yeah.
I was punch needling and I put it down. I was like,
you did see.
I was like, I cannot focus
She's like,
right
I
now.
can't do this.
yeah,
I was like, too many tasks.
Punch needling while watching Pulp Fiction seems like.
a band name. No.
I was just about
A
to
Band-Aid?
say no, a band name. I feel like that would be a really great book of poetry. You know what I mean? Yeah. Punch needling while watching Pulp Fiction and other short stories.
Yeah.
It's like
By Ali Harpster.
uppers and downers.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what was your thing for them to watch? Because I want to hear their take on what you said, because I didn't, because I wasn't a part of the final decision conversation about what to watch.
Yeah.
So what was it?
Me personally, I never had anything for them. I say everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about having to lock in on something.
Yeah, that's a good.
So should I watch that one next? Should that
I'd
be
be
my
fine with
choice?
that.
That one's
Don't
different.
punch
That's
needle.
not. It's not.
Well,
a,
yeah, lesson learned.
That one's just. I don't know how to explain that movie. It's all over the place. It makes you feel a bunch of different things.
It's
and
multiverse.
It's everything all at once. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
it
multiple
is what the title
universes.
is.
Yeah.
It is insane. Visually, the writing, it's brilliant.
And it's easy to
But it
follow
is
too.
insane.
But
So
definitely
what did
worth.
you have them watch?
I originally recommended Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Which we each watched at least an episode or two of.
We did.
Yeah. They did their assignment before I did mine. I was like cracking down.
What'd you
wa-
think, Ryan?
We watched the first 2 episodes, and then we were. I like almost immediately texted Brandon. I was like, "What's going on here? what are we watching?"
And
This is harder to follow than Pulp Fiction.
So the first funny thing, the first episode was filmed, and the main girl of all of the scandal went to jail. She got arrested for domestic violence. So they couldn't pick back up filming for episode 2 until a year and a half later.
You can tell.
For the
you can
second
tell.
episode?
Yeah,
Yes,
you can tell.
and you
Oh,
can
wow.
totally tell. There's like 4 new characters. She's pregnant.
They all got
like
kids. Yeah.
yeah.
They do the entire recap within like 3 minutes too. They're like, "So yeah, I got arrested. I had the
Last 18
baby.
months, this is
is
what
me
happened."
now."
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. I'll stop talking. What do you think?
It was it was fine. It was what you would expect it to be. It was fine. I can see the entertainment in it because I was sitting there and I started like pulling at my hair. I was like, "What are these? What are they doing?"
Yeah.
So, and I can see how that can like kind of keep you on the edge of your seat. Same with she had us watch another one called, what was it?
The McBee Dynasty.
McBee Dynasty.
Which is like these farmer dudes, like this $1 billion farm, and they're like, the IRS is coming for them. The dad's like cheating on wives and girlfriends, and it's like messy. But
Yeah.
it's more like it's guys like focused because it's them, all these guys
They're
on a
all
farm.
farmers.
It's so ridiculous.
Brandon's over here shaking his head. No. Did you watch it?
I watched the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives episode. The second episode, I started falling asleep.
I think it's funny that they call it the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and they're
not a
like, we're just
secret.
going to broadcast everything.
It's not a secret.
It's really the public lives of Mormon wives at this
100.
point.
The one thing I noticed about the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is that it seems like every one of those Mormons' wives' husbands was gay, if I'm not mistaken, or
That is such a
incredibly
big
feminine.
take.
Yeah, incredibly.
Is that a
feminine.
common take?
Yes, there is a guy on TikTok that says, I need all these guys to come forward and say that they're just in lavender marriages because they are 100% gay.
They introduce you to the first one, you're like, oh, okay. And then the next one, you're like, wait, him too? And then there's like 3 or 4 of them, and you're like, oh my
You're
goodness.
like they want their wives to be recording because they're busy.
Yeah. Is Mormon like a code word for something I don't know about?
They
or-
love this.
Have you heard?
I don't even think those boys are soaking.
Get into it. Oh, you said it.
They're not what?
I don't even think those boys are soaking.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, gross,
Don't
gross.
Google it.
Or do, but
do.
go incognito.
Yeah, go incognito to open a private browser.
And then McBee Dynasty
It's
was
the same thing. It's just like the reverse. It's like the guys are just making the worst decisions ever the entire time.
Yeah.
You got to be honest though. When you're watching that, you're over here looking at it, going, "My life's pretty good."
Yeah.
That's why I like watching reality TV.
My wife watches. I think she watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I think.
If she liked, what's the other one? Her and Corey always talk about.
Oh, they talk about. Oh my gosh.
It's a Mormon.
Yeah, it's
Sister Wives.
Sister Wives.
Yeah, then she watched Mormon Wives.
This guy's got like 4 wives and 3 of them hate him, and you know the drama ensues.
Yeah.
Like it's like, which is crazy because I make this joke all the time that like I can't imagine having more than one wife because one is good. Like I am set with one wife. Like I don't need to try to make multiple women happy.
Sister wives. Are they just called sisters because Mormon?
They're not sisters.
Okay.
They're just sister wives because they're all married to the same man.
Gotcha.
So they're called sister wives. There's an HBO show called Big Love. That was like a dramatic version of this where the guy was a Mormon and he was married to multiple women. And they're called sister wives. And they do like they raise their children as like a unit, right? They're like all one family. It's wild to think about. And they think like that. I don't want to get into like the religious component of Mormonism or whatever. But they believe that like God loves us so much and there's so much love that one wife's not enough, right? But like a wife can't have more than one husband. Like it's very patriarchal. It's very like, you know, traditional gender roles. Yeah. Except he can have multiple wives and he gets to pick which one he's going to go sleep with or which one he's going to spend time with or whatever. And this particular situation, it's like this dude is just a narcissistic jerk, you know, like to be, you know, sensitive.
What's the guy's name? Joseph Smith that created the Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
Man, he really did it with that one. There's too much love to go around. I cannot.
Well, what's really funny too is if you've ever, speaking of the Book of Mormon, if you've ever listened to or seen the musical on Broadway, The Book of Mormon, it is hysterical.
Am I mistaken? Or does it have something to do with the South Park guys?
They wrote it.
Okay.
The guys who created and write and produced South Park wrote and produced the Book of Mormon.
Gotcha.
And if you watch the documentary 6 Days to Air, which is a documentary about South Park and how they make it, the documentary opens with them on opening night of the Broadway musical. And then they have to leave there to fly back to California to start getting ready for an episode that airs 6 days later.
Yep.
And so they come up with 6 days. Now, you guys, do you want to hear a South Park story?
Sure.
Okay. When I was dating my wife, I wanted to be impressed. I wanted to impress her. I wanted to be kind of like that guy that's like, yeah, he'll do anything for me, right? So it's around Christmas time, probably around this time of the year, coming up on Christmas. And her sister, my now sister-in-law, used to like to pick on me because of my faith and my religious beliefs, right? And so she's like, I got a Christmas movie. Do you guys want to go back over to Steph's and watch a Christmas movie? And it was her and her boyfriend and me and Steph. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, that sounds fun. Like I get to spend more time with Steph. I'm not ready to go home yet. Let's do that. And so we get over to her house and she pulls out the South Park Christmas special. Okay. And it's like 12 episodes of Christmas South Park episodes. Now, if you're unfamiliar with South Park, they really throw the middle finger up to religion. You know what I mean? And not in like this, like we hate it kind of way, but in a way that's very much like satirical. Like we think this is kind of a ridiculous way to live and we're going to make fun of it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And they can be really crass. They can be really rude. If you get it, you get it, and it doesn't hit as like offensive. But if you don't get it, you're like, man, these people are just being straight up heretical. Like they're committing like blasphemy. Yeah. And so what's funny about this particular night is Steph falls asleep on my shoulder. My sister-in-law and her boyfriend fall asleep on the couch. And I'm sitting there staring at a TV that's just showing episode after episode after episode of animals eating the baby Jesus fetus out of Mary's uterus. And I'm just like, I don't want to get up because I don't want to wake Steph up. I like that she fell asleep. We're in this new dating thing. I don't want to like disrupt her and be like, I'm going to go home. I don't want to watch South Park because I don't know what she's going to think. And so quite literally, I'm like leaned up against the couch and she's asleep on my shoulder. I'm just like, this poop turd is singing for the 13th time about Christmas Dookie. I'm going to lose my mind. And I literally watched, and then I finally we got to the end of the DVD, and I knew we got to the end of the DVD because the menu came back up. And I was like, okay, you know, I didn't have like the smartphones like we have now where you're just like scrolling through stuff. Like that didn't exist. Like the BlackBerry Pearl was the most updated phone at the time. And so I'm like, well, at least I got some peace and quiet. And then you know how sometimes a DVD player would automatically autoplay
again? Yeah.
When the menu ended and it went to start over, it just started all the episodes over again. And I was like, I cannot do it. And so I looked at stuff and I was like, I'm going to go home. Thanks for a great night. You know, get some rest. I'll see you later. And then I walked out and I like screamed. I was like, God, give me. I was like so frustrated because I literally watched 2 hours of South Park Christmas episodes in a row. And to this day, I watched that documentary and it gave me a new respect for like the satire and like the production value. But up until that point, that was my only experience with South Park. And I was like, I cannot with South Park. I'll never watch it again. So, but so you're into like adult animation. That sounded dirtier than I meant for it to sound. You guys watch, not like dirty.
Yeah, he watches a lot of like Lois Griffin, a lot of like Marge.
Yeah, like what do you watch? Because there's a lot of that like stuff that when you look at it, the artwork doesn't look this mind-blowing thing, but like there's really something to it. Because I've heard you talk about it. What do you watch any of that kind of stuff?
Are you talking about something specific? Not really.
Like what were we talking about the other day with the voices? Big Mouth, like those kind of things, like Adult Swim type kind of stuff. Do you get into any of that?
Sometimes. He got me onto Smiling Friends recently, which is really good. I love Smiling Friends. You've seen Smiling Friends?
I haven't seen it. I know it, but I haven't watched any of it.
Smiling Friends is good. I kind of dabble in to animation like that, but I don't go too crazy like Rick and Morty, Smiling Friends. I hit
Family
him.
Guy.
Yeah, Family Guy. But like I don't really watch it anymore. I just kind of see it like in passing.
I also love there's not a week that goes by where there's not a SpongeBob reference.
Yeah. True. SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob references.
If you get on Paramount Plus, you could see the Broadway musical.
Oh, nope.
That's cool.
It's the whole thing. They got it. And it's wild. I started watching it the other day and I was like, I'm not in the zone for this right now, but I do want to watch this.
Yeah, maybe I have to watch it.
It's very funny.
They're the Smiling Friends creator. I was doing some research and I found that I used to watch the Smiling Friends creator. And I love finding stuff like this where like the Smiling Friends creator is doing Smiling Friends now, but like 13, 14 years ago, I found his channel. And he was doing animations for something else called like Hellbenders or something like that. But
you showed me Hellbenders.
I just love the fact that he stuck with it the whole time. I mean, his whole channel was like filled with animations, and then he finally got on Smiling Friends. So you could watch the progression from him starting a YouTube channel, then getting a big audience, and trying to get a show on a network, then finally getting it with another creator. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I think with adult animation is like one of the only forms of like comedy and satire that will push the envelope to the degree that they do, and do like you just said, like having a dog eat Jesus out of Mary.
Yeah.
You know, like my first episode of South Park was an episode where Cartman was having a bully, and the bully was just not leaving him alone, I guess. So he decided that at the end of the episode, the resolution was Cartman killed that dude's parents. Ground them up and put them into chili for a chili contest, and like the kid went through and tried the different chilies, and when he tried Cartman's, he was eating
like
his
really good
parents.
Yeah, and he's like, this is my favorite one.
And my little brother Donovan was watching it at the time, and I was in high school, so he was nowhere near old enough to watch it, and that sat with me in my stomach for like 4 days, and I was like, okay, I don't like this show.
Yeah,
but I do now. It is good. It is good.
Well, there is something about the satire, like this is how these guys process the unknown of the world that doesn't make sense to them. Do you know what I mean? And like we all do that in some capacity, and they just chose to do it in this avenue, and it is on purpose. Like they take things that they deem as being I don't know, like oppressive or fear-based or whatever, and then they turn it on its head specifically to kind of mock it, but in a way that's like, hey, like chill out. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
And so I have an appreciation for that. Like and it does make me, I grew up a pastor. Like I've been a pastor, since I've been in a professional, and I grew up in the church, and there's almost a part of me where I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe if the church didn't like beat people over the head with stuff, people wouldn't feel like they had to like go satirical. Yeah. Like if there was more compassion, if there was more like love-based motivation rather than fear-based motivation or conversion type stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe. And so I'm not saying that we don't need to make it about that, but like, there's a part of me where I look at it and I go, do I create a situation with how I express my faith that makes somebody want to be so satirical and so counter, so anti, that they literally make a living, make a career. I mean, a ton of money, out of mocking it, because it's hard to mock something that you respect.
Yeah.
Because then it turns into something other than mocking. Like it turns into pure satire. It turns into like an SNL style, like I make fun of it out of admiration for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's how I am with Interstellar. I've seen it so many times that like it's easy to make fun of now at this point, just because like I said this before on the pod, but like the way that scientists talk to each other in the movie, guarantee that's not how they talk to each other in real life, making it like first grade or simple for you to be able to understand. Yeah. So, but
South Park, I don't know. I feel like South Park has always been so in your face. You kind of already like said that, but like I've never really cared for South Park just because of how in your face the jokes are.
Yeah.
Like it's like you don't have to worry about them explaining it because they're, I don't know. Like you said something about like, what'd you say? Like a turd singing.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd rather just hear the joke of a turd was singing than to actually see.
What's his name?
I have no idea.
I
never
you're
watched it
talking
to that
about.
degree. I've only seen some of the newer stuff because they're more topical.
His animation is like so much like more less quality. Like,
well, and it's
like
funny. When you watch it, I mean, it's not a large number of people that put that show on every 6 days.
Yeah.
And it's been on for like 20 plus years, right? Like, I mean, it's had a massive run and it keeps gaining cultural traction because of what they're speaking to.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, I mean, The Simpsons has never been that crass, but it has that similar staying power.
Yeah, I think Simpsons is the most tasteful of them all, I think.
Oh, I would agree.
Like by far and away. Like they always have good jokes. It is so stupid at times, but like they always do it in good taste, whereas like sometimes Family Guy takes it too far, or South Park takes it too far. If Simpsons takes it too far, it's rare and few and far between.
I like a joke that like if you're not paying attention to it enough, it'll just go right past you. But like, I like when things are a little sly. Like
I do love subtlety. I was to speak to that. I was watching one of my favorite comedy shows. It's not on the air anymore, but I talk to you guys about it off camera all the time. Is 30 Rock. Tina Fey created it. She was a main writer. There was one scene where she's talking about how she's like giving up on dating and she's giving up on like trying to find somebody and she's just leaning into spinsterhood, right? And she joined a book club, right?
Gotcha.
And the book that they were reading was Murder on the Orient Express. And her boss is like, they made a movie about that. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she tosses the book in the trash. But what's so funny about it is that when she held up the book to show it, and that's not even the subtle joke. Like the subtle joke is that when she held up the book to show her, she's a younger person. She's in her 40s in the show. Okay. When she held up the book to say, look, I joined a book club and I'm reading it. It said Murder on the Orient Express, large print edition. And like that's the subtle joke because it's like she doesn't need a large print book. Like she writes on a computer every day. And so like, and then she threw it in the thing and it was this loud thud because it was this massive book because it was large print. And so it's like she really was leaning into spinsterhood like she was a 90-year-old woman because she bought a large print edition book. And those are the jokes that I think you're talking about where it's like if you're not paying attention, like, and what I love about that is I don't know if you guys do this, but I have to actively not scroll on my phone while I'm watching something. And I love a show that forces me not to scroll or I'll miss stuff. Yeah. Like I need to zoom in. I need to pay attention. Like we told Allie, like you can't multitask while watching Pulp Fiction for the first time. Like it just jumps around way too much.
Yeah.
And what was the name of what do they call a Big Mac?
Royale
with cheese.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of times that I've almost ordered a Big Mac like that and nobody's going to get the joke because nobody who works at McDonald's now probably has seen Pulp Fiction.
Probably
unless
not.
they're cooler than I was when I was 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see Pulp Fiction until I was in my 30s, probably.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
I saw it late high school.
Because I started watching when I was younger, and I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have an appreciation for the nonlinear storytelling. Like I just wasn't smart enough.
Yeah.
Well, now that's all that it is. I feel like movies and shows now are all. It's kind of like that. It's just jumping all around.
Post Pulp Fiction kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. Like you think about like TV shows like Lost.
Wait, that's crazy that movie had that much of an
It's
impact.
a cultural.
It's a
I mean, like I
huge
said,
impact on-
especially in film and in digital media, like how things are produced. Like Quentin Tarantino, is like, I'm going to do it my way. And then everyone else was like, oh, that actually can work if you do it well.
Yeah, we're going to try it his way is what a lot of people did after he
and
made
so,
Pulp Fiction.
yeah. And he, cause he and he's been involved in so many more projects than just the ones that have his name as a director, attached to it. And so,
I think he's working with Fortnite now, huh?
is he?
He actually is. He was using Fortnite to promote Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair.
I think that's
That's what I was,
perfect for him.
that's what I was
Yeah.
talking
Well,
about.
and it's funny because it will open up an entire new population to the film.
I've talked about this before. Robert Rodriguez did the same thing.
Yeah.
Like he's a big director, but then he did Spy Kids, and now all kids know who Robert Rodriguez is. So if a director wants to really make themselves immortal, what they should do is appeal to a younger generation. That way they'll know who they are.
After they've made their films for an adult audience.
Yep.
Because then, like in a good way, like Disney, like everybody wants to. It's kind of the inverse. Like everybody wants to get a kid attached to their product when they're children.
Yeah.
But like it's funny because like Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez are doing this thing where it's like I'm just going to get a bunch of adults attracted to it, and then I'm going to do a project that gets, because Kill Bill's been out for how long? I mean, I was in college when Kill Bill 2 came out.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
And so this whole bloody affair thing is, I mean, it's brand new to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and
it's the only problem with it is that who wants to go see a new 4.5 hour movie, something they've never seen. 4.5 hours.
How long did they do an intermission?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So how long was that?
Felt like 15.
Did you
think
get to get
15.
up and stretch your legs and
we all
go
went
to
to
the
the
bathroom, get
But
your refill?
there was no trailers, I'm pretty sure.
That
Yeah,
makes
because we
sense.
showed up and we were late.
Yeah, my
talk about that
theater,
another time.
I've timed it multiple times. Most theaters now, they'll play at least 20 minutes of trailers.
Oh,
and that
no
movie,
question.
And
Yeah.
that was we got there around 25 minutes, and it was well into at least 10 minutes into
Some
the
of
movie.
them aren't even trailers. They're straight up commercials for
Yeah.
products. I hate that. I mean, I love to go to the theater. I don't know about you guys, but I'll go, we've talked about this. My wife will go out to dinner on a Friday night with her crew. And so on Saturday nights, not every Saturday night, but a lot of Saturday nights, I get my time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're like, what are you going to do? I'm going to go get wings and I'm going to go watch a movie. And who's going? I said, nobody. I'm going by myself and I'm going to watch because when soccer season is happening, the crew play on Saturdays. So I'll go and I'll sit at the bar at B-Dubs. I'll get 20 wings. I'll watch whatever game is on and I'll have my phone playing soccer. And people are looking at me like, what's wrong with this dude? And I'm just over here a good day, right? Looking around at people.
There's nothing better than a solo date.
Oh, I love it so much. And then I even love it more when I go to a movie because I get peanut M&Ms. I get the largest cup of Mountain Dew that they sell, and then popcorn. And then I'll just spend 3.5 hours sitting there because with 20 minutes worth of trailers and 15 minutes worth of commercials, you're sitting there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I'll just sit back and just be fat and happy. I mean, it is so much fun. I do love going to the movies. I do hate what's happening to film in general because streaming services are making it difficult. We talked about F1, the movie, before we started recording. If Apple TV and some of these streaming services can make movies that they want people to go to theaters to see, I think theaters are going to be okay.
Yeah.
But if they keep making movies that are going straight to streaming services, I fear that my love of the cinema is going to have no outlet soon enough. And that bothers me.
They've been every once in a while, they'll bring streaming movies to theters and streaming services.
They're
too.
bringing the finale of Stranger Things to theaters.
I saw that. That's weird.
It is weird.
We're going to find out how much people really like Stranger Things.
Well, it's going to release on Netflix at the same time.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
So we won't know because they're just going to watch it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to do bad at the box office.
Yeah. Why would you pay if you can just stay at home? But I also know that some people are going to watch it. They said, I'm going to watch it at home and then I'm going to go see it in the theater. And it's if anybody missed that just now, the biggest eye roll ever came from Brandon.
It's overrated.
You
It's
can't
fine.
even see it.
I'm so annoying. I know. I can't like good things, I guess, but it is good.
Stranger Things is hard because it's hard to tell a 5-year story over 11 years or 9 years or however long it's been. Like it's hard to tell that kind of story, especially with child actors, because that uncanny valley, that like, suspension of belief gets harder and harder and harder because you're like, you're 27 now. Like, but in the thing, it's only been 4 years or whatever, you know what I mean? And they do their best and a lot of people can just look past it. But I find it harder to look past that kind of stuff, having been in pseudo sets. Like we've never created anything to that level. Do you know what I mean? But to like see how it works, it's almost like you guys had a great thing and COVID messed you up. A writer's strike messed you up. Like you should have told that story by 2022. This should have been done. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it just didn't work out that way. And so now you're trying to wrap it up now. And because of that, there is a gap, I think. And I don't think the writing is as good in this last season. I've watched the first 4. The next one's come out. This is going to air just a couple days before that final one. So we'll talk about that. But before we wrap today, we do have some, I wanted to, did we do the Christmas movie thing? Did you come up with that?
Oh, no,
because
I didn't.
This episode is going to air right before Christmas.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk about favorite Christmas movies. We'll do still a round table of favorite Christmas movies because I want to see where everybody lands.
Yeah, sorry I didn't have
And
those.
then we do have a quick argument about whether something is a Christmas movie or not. And it might not be what you think. So before we do the reaction videos, we're going to start with Allie.
Christmas movie.
Favorite Christmas movie?
The first Santa Claus.
The first one. Okay. Ryan.
I like Home Alone, but I was going to say Home Alone, but also this is not a Christmas movie, but it falls in holidays. I always watch Harry Potter every December.
Comfy, cozy vibes.
Very interesting because that was not on my radar at all. Brandon and I had this conversation before we recorded today. What is your hot take, Brandon?
So I just told him that Home Alone is as much of a Christmas movie as Die Hard is. It's
Which people will die on the hill that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It is a movie that takes place at Christmas, but that's your argument that Home Alone is not a Christmas movie.
When he wakes up, what present does he get to open presents?
Yes.
Yeah.
He does.
Yes.
It's during Christmas.
All right.
Like their family vacation is like a Christmas vacation.
The reason they left is
Was
because they're
for
taking
Christmas.
a Christmas vacation.
Is this when he's in New York?
No,
That's
that's the first
Home Alone
one.
2.
That's 2 that you're thinking of, which was also Christmas.
right.
They're both Christmas. So is
Every
it Home
Home Alone
Alone
is
or Home
Christmas.
Alone 2? That's your
No,
favorite.
I like 1, but
because 2 is my favorite.
Really?
I also chuckle every single time because Donald Trump is in it. In the
DJT.
second
Oh,
one,
really?
In the second one, he has one fast scene where Kevin McAllister goes, "Hey, can you tell me where such and such is?" And Donald Trump goes, "It's down the hall and around the corner." And then Kevin walks away and Donald Trump looks back like, "Why is this child in this hotel?" And like to this day, there's this TikToker who makes fun of Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary. And every time she imitates her, she's like, "Our lovely President Donald J. Trump, who starred in the feature film Home Alone 2, Lost in New York." And she goes on and on and on about how that is his like epic like film role or whatever. Every time I see him in the movie, I'm like, I can't. He was old then.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
like crazy. And that movie.
WWE, remember? It's Trump.
Yeah.
Trump.
All right. So favorite Christmas movie for you?
A Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story.
Shoot Your Eye Out,
Shoot
kid.
Your Eye Out,
The one
kid.
that plays 24/7 on its own.
A hot take
Sure does.
from
Is
hot
that the
take.
station wagon with the Christmas tree on top?
I don't know.
That sounds like Christmas Vacation.
Yeah,
That-
that's-
yeah.
Yeah. Hot take.
It's the one with
Never
the-
seen Christmas Vacation. Never seen A Christmas Story.
It's fine.
That one's crazy.
Never
My
seen
grandma would be more upset than I am.
Never seen it. It's
If
on.
you turn any channel on
Christmas Day,
you'll
it's on.
find
I've
it, yeah.
never seen it from start to finish. I've seen the lava soap. He's eating the lava soap. I've seen the Santa kicking him down I've seen like Fragile. Like I'm familiar with the scenes. That house is near
Can't
Cleveland.
sing- yeah,
Oh, I didn't
Cleveland.
know that.
Yeah.
did
It's
not
the
know
one
that.
with the lamp. It's like a big
Yeah. It's
attraction
like
you can go
huge
see.
attraction. Yeah. My favorite Christmas movie is probably. I mean, I love Christmas movies. I can watch any of the Santa Clauses. I could watch any Home Alone. We regularly watch. I like some of the more current ones. Like my wife and I think the Bad Moms Christmas is hysterical. It's so funny. But I think my favorite Christmas movie that if it's on, I'm watching is Elf
Nice.
with Will
Elf.
Ferrell. I love. It's so funny. We've been on we watch Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Elf, the Santa Claus movies. Those are on a loop in our house. My kids also, ironically, I'm not a huge fan of, I don't know why. Maybe we could talk about it. But the Ron Howard directed, Jim Carrey starring Grinch is my kids also like that one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I struggle with that one because I find like the world of Whoville in real life to be like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a wackiness thing. I think Jim Carrey got away with it because he's so naturally wacky. They tried to do the same thing with Mike Myers and Cat in the Hat.
Oh,
because
it did
of
not
that,
work.
Dr. Seuss's estate was essentially like you were never allowed to make another live action again.
Well, it was raunchy. That one was raunchy. The Cat in the Hat was like.
Well, so was the Grinch. I mean, he motorboats that one dude's wife at some point.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah,
shoot.
Yeah, it was an accident, but he does it.
He does it.
Like.
Also, have you heard that they brought in a CIA torture expert to help Jim Carrey get through the makeup process?
Oh yeah, I think I did know about that.
They said that
his skin couldn't breathe.
He literally was being tortured because of the long hours of shooting, and it would take like 6 hours to get him in the makeup before he could even start shooting. And so then he had to shoot for 6 to 10 to 12 hours or however long they were going to shoot. So they brought in a torture expert, and he was like, he said you got to have a vice, right? And then you have to create a different kind of pain that you focus in on. And so Jim Carrey tells a story about how he's like, you see me in full Grinch makeup, punching myself in the leg and chain smoking cigarettes.
Wait, like the things that they have to go through is insane.
Oh my goodness. Like he said that it was like, he almost quit the film. Like he was like, I cannot shoot this film, you know? And then the thing that got him through it was he was thinking about all the kids that were going to watch it. And then he'd be like, and because of that, I was going, ha! And he was like punching himself and chain smoking cigarettes because he wanted to hurt himself and create a vice that he could focus in on.
Yeah.
And so, but he did it for the kids. And if you know anything about Jim Carrey, like as a person and you hear him talk, like the dude just loves to like make people happy. Like he's just such a, anyway. So you said Home Alone.
Home Alone.
What did you say again, Allie? What was your Christmas one?
The first
Santa Claus, Christmas Story, or what?
A Christmas Story.
Okay. And then mine would be Elf. So
what was the thing that he eats in Elf? It's like some weird sweet thing that he eats. I can't remember.
Oh, I mean, he would always eat
it was like something with syrup or like,
he would
put
spaghetti. He put spaghetti and then he put marshmallows in it and M&Ms and then he crunched a chocolate Pop-Tart on top of it and then he drizzled it in syrup and then just ate the whole thing with his hands. And then he's like, us elves like to stick to the 4 main fruit groups: candy canes, candy corn, which is bothersome because that's not a Christmas candy.
No, it's not.
And syrup. And those were the 4 main food groups. And then every time somebody in my family burps, they always go, "Did you hear that?" Because that's what he said after he drank an entire 2 liter of Coke and then burped for 8 seconds. Oh man, classic. Will Ferrell. Also,
it's a good movie.
Jon Favreau directed it.
Oh, nice.
Also directed the first Iron Man and is a staple through all the Marvel movies.
My favorite character was in Daredevil. He played his buddy, who's the lawyer buddy.
Yeah.
Did he direct that one too, or was he just?
I don't think so.
And when you think about Marvel and being the phenomenon that it is, I don't think Jon Favreau gets enough credit because if Iron Man 1 bombed, I don't know that Marvel becomes what it is.
Yeah, none of it would work.
And so he needs to get some credit because he directed that film and turned Robert Downey Jr. into a cultural phenomenon.
That's true.
And so yeah, good job, Johnny Boy.
Yeah,
the
good
guy,
job.
and then he gave us Elf. Like this is a winner. Like this is a Hollywood icon.
Yeah, I haven't seen Elf all the way through.
See, I mean that it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's a great film.
I disagree.
So you don't like it?
I do not like Elf.
What do you find bothersome about it?
I mean, Will Ferrell in it.
Yep.
It's annoying for me.
I was going to say, a lot of people don't like Will Ferrell because he's a man-child most of the time.
I totally understand that.
And also just, the whole concept of it, I was just like, I could watch, I like the Polar Express. Like, I like to feel comfy, cozy.
Yeah. Brandon, tell us how you really feel.
But the Polar
today.
Express sometimes is a little creepy for me,
It's
too.
because of the animation. That's why I laughed. It's a great movie.
It's the animation style.
But it is creepy.
Because isn't it a lot of motion capture?
Yeah, I
Didn't
think
they
so.
do a lot of motion capture before it was like what it is?
It falls on the same level of creepy for me as claymation.
Yeah.
Like
It does have very like
but I do
the
kinda
eyes
like
are
it, though.
lifeless. Yeah, it's like very weird.
They drift a train in that movie.
They do drift it.
That's why you like it.
100%.
I love it. So let's do a couple of these reaction videos. We're up against time, so we
are a
won't
little bit, but
we won't
that's
do
all
all of them. Let's do a couple.
A lot of them are short, so I say we just blast through
All right,
of
blast through them. Let's do it.
All right, this one's really short. I like this one. This one's one of my favorites. It's called Greatest Lock-In of All Time. Ready?
Okay, here we go.
Man.
Up at their tiny post, Ryan and his team were being pounded. Almost instantly, every one of them was wounded.
It's just the subtle smirk. Let's watch it one more time.
My hero.
So he was like, please get onto it. I'm going to start laughing.
He looked at his boys and was just like,
Yeah, we
He
got
looked
pounded, bro.
straight.
Almost instantly, every one of them was wounded.
What I think is funny is you listen to that's former President Barack Obama. You can tell that he caught it too.
You think
like,
so?
oh man.
Yeah, wait. Do it
Keep
one more
going.
time. Do it one more time.
Like,
I gotta
listen
re-listen.
to the pause on the audio.
I didn't even notice that.
Like,
Hang on,
listen
here we
to
go.
him.
Up at their tiny post, Ryan and his team were being pounded. Almost instantly, every one
Right
of them
there.
was wounded.
Like almost instantly. And he's like, I got to save this. Wounded. Let's talk about how bad they were hurt.
Yeah,
Okay.
He actually locked eyes with Barack in that moment and smirked at him.
He said, "Don't say that."
That is so funny.
All right, this one's not funny. It's just cool. I want to know if Ryan knows how the heck this lady did this one. I named it Cam Came to Life.
This is so creative.
Isn't that wild?
That is so cool.
I love him.
Yeah.
How did they do that?
That's what I was wondering. Is
That's
it like,
not
can you
like
control?
that's not like
AI.
AI or CGI.
It's
like
not AI.
No, my guess is that that's the same gimbal I use. You can control it with your phone. Like you can control the movement of the gimbal with the like I can turn my phone this way and the gimbal will turn that way.
Okay.
So like I bet there's a person behind the camera that's
Doing
like
it.
actually doing those
that's
movements.
so cool.
I thought you were going to say something like that, and that's why I wanted to ask you because you know more about gimbals. Fun fact: that is the same lens that we're filming this podcast on. There's one right there. There's one right here.
Shout out.
Is that a Sony?
That's a Sony, but she put a Sigma on it.
That's an FX. Or that's
that gives me Pixar opening scene vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the bouncing lamp. Like,
It was giving me jumping back on ones and twos when it was like dun, 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 dun.
I love when inanimate objects. That's one of my favorite things about Pixar is when you can create an emotional connection to an inanimate object. That
This is a
jumping
candle.
Yes, that jumping lamp at the beginning of every Pixar movie is one of my favorite things of all time. All right.
Have you ever seen the memes of people? They'll like it'll be like. The P next to the I during the Pixar animation. It's just the P like watching the I get completely stomped on. It's like,
Yeah, and they're like, no, yeah, they're like terrified the
That's
P is
hilarious.
next. That is really funny.
I have not seen that one.
This one's gonna be good just
Yep.
from the thumbnail.
So
What
this
is
one is a
called?
dysregulated individual, as Bob would say. I named it. He didn't use his turn signal.
Oh, I've
well,
seen,
she named it that,
I've
so.
seen this. Okay, go ahead.
I can help you talk to someone.
He didn't use his turn signal!
Oh yes.
All right, I'm gonna try and avoid copyright strike, but we'll pause it there. Just the scream and the transition. If we could just listen how perfect
was
it is
perfect.
one more time.
He didn't use his turn signal!
She needs to be the new lead singer of Linkin Park.
Until they cut to that clip of him holding the mic screaming, I thought that they were using her audio.
Nope.
That's how seamless
That's
that was.
crazy.
R.I.P. by the way.
I know, the king. It's crazy how good of a screaming voice she has. She should get into music.
What's really funny about that is that in that original clip, wasn't that a cop that she was yelling that didn't
Yes.
use his turn signal?
Yes.
Like his sirens were probably on. His lights were probably on.
She's using her privilege, we might say.
Oh, look at, I mean, insane.
There is a girl at Safe House that looks just like her. One of our residents.
It's actually her.
She probably should have spent some time in a juvenile facility. She might be less angry.
Speaking of cops and privilege, I got pulled over the other day.
Oh no! Did you do something
by a
wrong?
guy I ghosted on Hinge.
Oh no! Did he? Well, did he know? He had to have known.
He didn't give me a ticket.
So he did know.
He knew.
And I think you could probably argue it either way.
He probably knew.
Oh,
It was my Saturday
gosh.
morning coffee shop. I'm driving home from getting my coffee. And so like, I mean, I literally rolled out of bed.
Yeah.
What did he pull you over for? Like how?
Rolling through a stop sign.
Oh, see.
Is that wild?
Now, did you ever date? Did you ever go out with him?
No.
So it was just a Hinge conversation.
Yeah,
So
and it
all
was
he saw was like your curated Hinge profile.
Yes. So there's a good chance he did not recognize me.
How different do you look in real life than your Hinge?
Andy, when I tell you I rolled out of bed, like did not shower, did not brush my hair.
Oh man.
Barely brushed my teeth. Like
you look like a 90-year-old woman rolling out of bed.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it. I'm just asking.
He just asks you if you know why he pulled you over today. You say no, and he's like, "Well, you actually ghosted that stop sign back there." So,
and you're like, thanks, officer." Good one, Brandon.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so yeah, that's my
man.
privilege talk right there.
That is so funny.
He was waiting for you to say something to him, but you just never said anything to him.
Yeah. He's like, "Is this the only way I get to talk to you?" Jeez. That's so funny.
all right, this one's for the boys, Andy. Allie, you won't get it, but you'll get it.
Oh, I know exactly what's going to happen here.
Give me a quick shake. All done. Sure. Put me away.
What was that?
Oh no.
Bro, what the
That wasn't me.
Dude.
That was flashback.
No, it was not.
Maybe you should have worn dark pants.
Man, we were at the middle urinal after a movie. Okay, this is prime time.
Oh,
Hey, look at my pants, man. Everyone's gonna see.
are you embarrassed of me?
No.
Then let them see. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It won't happen again. When do we get to copulate tissues?
Not now, later.
Okay. I am God.
No, you're not.
All right.
It's gotta. No,
Okay,
come
just
on, you have to try to
put me, stuff me back in there. Put me back in there.
ass out,
Somehow.
tuck it in,
Okay.
shift.
All right.
We're good to go.
Forgot how gross that got at the end. Sorry.
Listen,
Yeah.
don't apologize.
accurate.
I mean, other than the last couple seconds, I mean, which are not necessarily inaccurate for some people.
yeah.
Literally,
For some people, I don't
what's-
get it.
Um,
Never mind.
different podcast.
Shift.
What I think is so funny about that is I remember one time I tweeted that when you're at the gas station and you're filling your gas tank, every time you leave the pump in the tank and then you stop pumping and then you wait a minute, every time you take it out, there's a dribble. A
little bit.
Every time. And I remember tweeting, does any other guy feel like they're at a urinal when you put the gas pump back in the pump? Because it dribbles on your car or on the ground.
Yeah.
And when you're at a urinal, it's not splashback. You could be completely done. You're standing there, you've done the whole shimmy.
Yeah.
And then you go to zipper up and it's on your pants.
It feels like that didn't used to happen as much as it does now with gas.
I thought you were I was gonna be because you're older
Yeah,
now.
No. I feel like I don't remember that happening as much when I first started driving, but like every time now there's gas on my car. Every time.
well-
and I even like banging on the sides of the thing
Yeah.
like to try and get all the
Are we talking about the gas pump or the urinal?
both.
Bang it on the sides. Where we were trying to
Get it
shake
all off there.
Get it all off there.
I'm at the gas, and as the attendant comes over. If it's more than 2 shakes, you're just playing with it.
Yeah, what's really funny is it's like, sir, put your penis away. You're at the gas station. And Allie's completely disassociated at this
All
point.
I have to say is you guys have it so rough.
Yeah,
So,
poor
yeah,
us.
I mean, geez, man, you know what?
that's
Like,
yeah.
I mean, life is hard when you
Yeah.
got to go to the urinal and stand up, and you don't have to.
I
like,
actually feel bad for you guys.
you
Often,
should.
too.
You should. It's hard being a man. No one understands.
yeah.
No, I'm kidding. If you don't realize I'm kidding, that's on you. I'm totally kidding. Women are superior.
It's satire. Go watch South Park.
Go
You'll
watch
get it.
South Park. It's satire. Just listen to the dancing poo turd.
All right, this one's not funny, but it made me cry.
Oh, geez.
So
Awesome.
I'm going to see if I can get you to cry
Happy
on
to do
camera.
it.
I
Very-
probably can't get you to cry, but we'll try.
Very cool. I'm a heartless, emotionless.
I'm hurrying up. These mountainous terrains, they're bad on my knees. I'm old, man.
I don't want you to miss this. Hurry up.
Man, I'm here. What's going on?
I just wanted to watch the sunset.
Oh,
I still remember our first one.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember our first one too.
Yeah, Tata. Why don't you come see?
Man, you're way up there. Yeah, you're up here in the snow?
Yeah. Why don't you?
Oh, wow, look at this. Look at this sunset. Yeah, that's really nice, huh? Yeah, this is our first sunset. It's pretty nice. This is a nice mountain to come up to. I love gaming with you, man. And I love you so much.
I love you, Dad. I love you.
I love you too.
That was great.
It gets me. I don't know why it does get me. It gets me. It's so stupid. It's so bad.
Did you ever did you see the Minecraft movie?
No, I still need to see that.
So in the Minecraft movie, there's a pig in a crown that walks across the road.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, who's that guy? And then Jack Black plays the character Steve, says, that's not a character, that's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
And then do you know the significance of that?
Yes, I do remember that. That made me cry a little bit too, I
Yes,
think.
it was a story. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
There was a Minecraft player. I had cancer.
Yeah.
Right. Young.
That sounds familiar.
Was had a really famous avatar, like a really famous character in Minecraft,
Mm-hmm.
and would always play and would always talk to people and created this whole community. And that the pig with the crown. And then when news got out that he had succumbed to his illness and died, everybody did like all kinds of tributes to this. Okay. And so it was like he was such a unique player in the game and made such a cultural impact in the Minecraft world that they put him in the movie, even though he's been gone for years at this point. Huge. And so it was like, so you're watching this and you're like, you don't realize that the thing that makes, the thing that makes Minecraft what it is that you get to create. Like you get to do that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And my kid's not as much into Minecraft as like Roblox and some of those other, kind of more, I don't know, modern, I don't know what you would call it, but like the next iteration of them. And so they, super interesting, but yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. That one got me.
You should force your kids to play Minecraft.
I
would force mine. I feel like you have to.
I feel like you're not my kid.
You play Roblox, but like you need to try this. This is a therapeutic game.
He's played Minecraft, but he just likes the I don't know, the
overstimulation of Roblox.
Roblox too, and it's like Roblox, some of the worlds are created for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you get to just kind of enter into a world and play a game. And so like I just think he prefers that right now. Mm-hmm. So anyway, was that the last one?
That's the last one, man.
Cool.
I'm going to try and wrap up with more heartwarming ones.
Yeah, very
going
cool.
Forward.
Ryan, this was awesome, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
We get to work together. You come out a couple days a week, and then we get to hang out on occasion. We've been on trips a bunch together. This is the first time we've had to have a conversation like this in the podcast thing. Yeah. So thanks for sitting in.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
We'll have you back on, and you guys get to. I keep teasing this, and we're really going to do it. I finally moved into the house. We had that episode with Chef Reese. We're going to have him over to the house, and you like to cook.
I love to cook.
And we're going to eat some good food, and he's going to give us those Hennessy cinnamon rolls, those Hennessy rolls that he keeps talking about. So we're going to cook, and you guys get to have a good time. Didn't you guys get to do a bunch of caviar on a trip? Was that you guys?
That was them, not me. I wish I could have.
Oh man,
I've always wanted to try caviar, and I've never gotten to try.
Yeah. By the way, they ate caviar in like a barn, but I mean, I heard it was good, but it's just like
it's almost like there's not a fancy restaurant. You're just like eating fish eggs in a barn.
Yeah, a bunch of rednecks
try it though. Like it's an expensive. It's so expensive to like it. I can never get it.
Yeah.
Like I get it once and I'm like obsessed with it, but like I can't go buy it all the time and have it on my couch.
Yeah, it's like $1,000 or not $1,000. It's like $200 a can.
No, there's some that are literally
but there's some that are thousands.
Yeah.
But like you can buy a can of caviar for a couple $100, but a couple $100 to get like 6 spoonfuls of something
that you might not like if
that
you
might
never
not
tried
even
it.
like if you've never tried it. Very briny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've thought about getting a sturgeon and keeping it in like a like a tank.
What does catfish caviar taste like?
What are you doing? It's an investment. Get out of here. Be like,
the amount of money you get off of just one sturgeon is crazy, though. So that's why I thought
but don't
about
you have to kill the sturgeon?
You can. I've seen other people massage it out, which is kind of gross. But
are we talking about the the gas station?
No, I'm talking about yeah.
All right. Anyway, gross. Everybody, does that make sense? Episode 22. That's the wrap. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We got some exciting stuff coming down the pipeline. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate. Enjoy your family and your friends. And we're going to get ready to turn the page to a whole new year. With that, we're signing off. We'll talk to you soon. See you next week.